10th of April 2022. Hope everybody out there is having a good day today. Talk to you a little bit about the chicken flu, bird flu that's going around. It's killing off a pretty good bit of chickens and turkeys here in America. We already got a shortage on everything. I'm wondering how much it's going to do, how much it's going to raise the price of chicken from this point on. You know, not only that, there's going to be a chicken shortage when you're killing off this many chickens. There's a lot. I seen something the other day where nearly 100,000 was killed in, I think it was North Carolina, at 2 farms. That's a lot. That's a lot of chickens. Guys, y'all see it. Everything's going up in price. Everything's getting a little bit harder to find again. You know, this is all planned out to do this. I've always said you got to crash it to rebuild it. I mean, that's just the way it is. You know, they've got to have the economy crash just to be able to fix it. That's how far gone we are right now. Our country is broke. Everybody can see it. I mean, we're on the downhill slide here, and you got all this stuff going on over there in Ukraine. Now you got, countries wanting to join NATO, and Russia's telling them, no, you're not going to join them, and this is just going to escalate more over there too. But get back on the chickens. What's y'all's thought on this? They're checking them with the PCR test. Same type of test they check with, the pandemic here the last 2 years. Who's to say that every bird they're killing has them? I understand if you've got like 10 in the flock, you might as well just go ahead and wipe the whole flock out. Is the way they're thinking, because it's going to spread. But guys, this is going to cause an even more price increase on chicken here. It's chicken and turkey. I mean, turkeys are involved too. It's past hunting season here in Alabama. We got our first cases of CWD over in West Alabama. Well, what they did was they just opened it up. You could shoot either sex animal. Any deer you saw, you could shoot it pretty much. And it was about a month before the season was out. It was just a free-for-all. It's kind of what they're doing the chickens, If a couple of them test positive, they're killing the whole flock. Guys, there is a chance, if the bird flu, it can leap into humans. Now, I'm not saying it's going to, but I'm just wondering if they're going to start pushing that narrative, to decimate the whole chicken crop, or, all across America here. It seems like every day when you look at something, it's just getting worse and worse. A lot of people's going to say, well, they're just showing you the bad stuff. If you're one of them things that thinks a lot of good stuff is still going on, there's not much. I mean, the world, we're pretty much at war with Russia, even though we're not. I mean, it's a proxy war. We're letting Ukraine fight the war with Russia. We're sending them stuff constantly. Everything, constantly sending them stuff to fight Russia with. Like I said, you got the other countries now. They're trying to join NATO. This is just building up to something bigger and bigger. And we know it. Most of us can see it. Most of us know it. You got the chicken shortages. I mean, what's next? Is there going to be something spreading through cows? Who knows? We was hearing that farmers a bunch of them was having to dump milk and stuff like that during the pandemic. It got me thinking about something. Some of y'all may remember what government cheese, the commodity cheese. Well, what that was surplus milk that the United States government bought up and made cheese with. But we didn't do it this time. We just told them to dump it, get rid of it. And we're having a food shortage here. It looks like they would have done something like that with all the milk they were dumping. But they didn't. Guys, they want this to fall. It has to fall to fix it, or to start back over pretty much is where we are. I mean, every day something's getting chipped away at the Constitution. And of course, they're selling it to you on it for your safety, even though the Constitution's, clear, very clear what it says in it. I don't know how much longer we can keep everything going here before it just crashes. I mean, we're seeing shortages on stuff again in my area. You're going to have a price hike with the chicken again. I'm wondering if something's going to start spreading through the cattle, and then they're going to start killing off cattle or something like they're doing the chickens. I'm not sure on that one, but I would wait for it. It may happen, you know. It may be some kind of disease going through beef next. But your groceries are going up. Everything in the store's going up. It's almost like you can go every week and something else is the same thing you bought last week is higher this week. You know, a lot of people look at, well, it cost $1 and it went up 15 cents. That's not that bad. You got to look at the big picture. How much has it went up over the past year, past 2 years? You know, you got your normal inflation. Things go up a little bit, couple cents here and there. But now we're jumping 15, 25, 50, you know, up on everything in a grocery store. We're going to have a food shortage. You know, I've said it before. This fall is when we're going to really see how bad it is as far as the shortage. Right now, you know, we're probably still working off old stock at what we've got put up and we're putting out on the shelves in stores. You know, we had the backlog of the shipping containers. We're probably still working that off, but it's coming. We're going to eventually go to the grocery store and you're going to be rationed. They're already starting that, if you want to call it rationing, but they're limiting you on some things. You know, you can only buy 2 of them or something like that. And preppers get, oh, y'all are the cause of it. You're buying all this up and we ain't nobody for nobody else. We don't buy like that. We buy over time. Now, I am telling you right now, you need to get out and start stacking it a little more than you was, you know, because by this fall, we're going to see some high prices and a lot less stock in the stores. There's no way around it. Anybody that says we'll be fine in the fall don't realize what's going on right now. You know, you're going to hear people saying that the farmers, you know, they're not going to plant. They'll plant. I mean, a farmer gets paid whether his crop goes to market or not. There's a thing called crop insurance. Some of y'all, you can read up on it. You know, they get paid. People say, well, they're getting paid not to farm. They're not making very much for not farming, or sometimes the land that they're not farming, it's not suitable for farming. Now, I'm not saying the government doesn't pay them not to farm, because they do. They pay them so much an acre. I think anywhere from, I'm going to say $10 up to maybe $50 an acre, maybe more in some places. It's not a lot of money not to farm that acre, but guys, they're going to buy, the ones that do farm this year, they're going to buy the fertilizer. They're going to have to pass the price off to us, which in turn is going to raise the price of everything we're seeing and buying. I mean, feed corn right now, it's went up again. All right, people that's raising chickens in their backyards, you know, we all do it. Most preppers raise chickens. You know, our feed bills have went up. And we're going to have a crop shortage this year. Just imagine. You need to start looking into other ways to feed your chickens if you're growing chickens, is what I'm trying to say. Because your feed bill is going to get just outrageous. I mean, it has to. With the price of everything going up, it's going to make the price of feed go up. One thing I laugh about, somebody told me one day, they said, well, I want to raise my own chickens. That way I know what's going into them. I know what feed I'm giving them. I'm like, yeah, that's what you want to do. The problem is when you buy feed at Tractor Supply or your local feed and seed, you don't know what's in that feed. You know what's on the bag, but you don't know what they use to grow that feed to get it into the feed form. I'm sure there's chemicals in it. You know, free ranging chickens around here doesn't work. We got coyotes, you know, bears, bobcats, chicken hawks. You're going to lose your flock. But you need to start looking into other ways to feeding your chickens here if you're growing chickens, you know, table scraps, stuff like that. Let them roam around a little bit and pick, you know, because it's going to get expensive to raise chickens here for too long. It's already getting there now. But I'm wondering if they're going to start saying that the bird flu is going, if it jumps into the, you know, private stock, you know, people growing them in their backyard, that'll be a major issue then. But guys, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe, like or dislike the video. It doesn't matter to me. The more interaction I have with y'all, the higher up my analytics go, the more my video gets seen. Make a comment below. I know I kind of rambled a little bit today, but you know, we can all see what's going on, and I just hope everybody's prepared to the best of their ability. You know, get water stacked up, get food stacked up, get water filtrations, things like that, you know. And if you are buying feed for your chickens, you better go ahead and stock up on it now, because it's going, by fall, it'll go way up again. But guys, I hope everybody's having a good Sunday out there. And if you're not prepared, start getting prepared. Do the best you can. and I hope everybody out there has a good week. Stay safe and be prepared.